coming up in this read. Because for a lot of you, this incident is forcing, in a lot of ways, the power back into your hands. The power for you to decide what goes on in your life and what you will and will not tolerate. Pisces, let's get into your March reading. Any information that you need, you can find it in my description box and in my pinned comment below. If you're cross-watching for a Pisces, then please switch over the roles, because I could be speaking directly to you. And please do keep in mind that this is a general reading, okay? So it's not going to resonate for everybody. You just take what's resonating for you and you leave what doesn't for another Pisces. Also, please do respect the tarot and approach it with patience, an open mind and without expectations. And finally, if you don't want to miss a video, then subscribe and stay notified. Okay, so Pisces, you have got the hyena, the sea serpent and the scorpion. Now, Aquarius literally just had the hyena that came out in their read. And it was more in response to how they were going to behave to something. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, or you could just have heavy Aquarius placements in your own chart. Okay, always take the other zodiac information with a pinch of salt. Okay, it's all about basically using your sense of humor to get you through a difficult situation, right? I mean, it says there, using humour to mask true feelings. Humour, wit and sarcasm, jokester and crowd pleaser, unfulfilled dreams, charming, witty and fun to be around. It can also pertain to sobriety. If it comes out sort of off balance, it's someone who is basically trying to no longer be addicted to something, you know. I don't really feel that for your energy though. That this is more about, I'm feeling Pisces, you could have been perhaps taking the piss out of yourself. It's like, I can't remember what it's called, but it's when someone has got a lot of social anxiety, they tend to either downplay their own abilities, or they say things about themselves that's mocking themselves to get everyone else to laugh. I can't remember what it's called though, my mind's completely drawn a blank at the moment. But it's that kind of energy, especially with it being your first card out. Okay, it could be you taking the mickey out of yourself to try and get others to laugh or something like that. I'm feeling more of acceptance. It's like you could be trying to or you could be focused on being accepted as well, and you being very worried about any flaws or perceived flaws, and sort of you bringing it to the forefront before anybody else has got a chance to, you know, it's that sort of thing. With this, I would say be careful with that, Pisces, because oftentimes you will find that what you think is a flaw, no one else really notices. Like, straight up, no one else notices. The way that we feel about ourselves and the way that we perceive ourselves is oftentimes very, very different from the way that others see us and the way that others perceive us. Okay, so the version of you that exists is very, very different from the version of you that exists in someone else's head. And we often find that we have very little, if zero, control over the version of us that exists in someone else's head. Okay, absolutely it can be influenced by the way that we treat others, by the way that we treat them specifically. Everybody's going to have a different opinion of who we are. I mean, you don't need me to tell you that, right? It's evident in your day-to-day life. So just remember that anything about you that you perceive as a flaw, I promise you, Pisces, hardly anyone else is going to notice. Okay. You then have the sea serpent. That's the second chakra. So that's your sacral chakra, and it pertains to your right to feel. It deals with issues pertaining to sexuality, emotions, pleasure, intimacy as well. It can be blocked by guilt, right? So, I mean, it says, loosen the grip of self-judgment. Literally, after I just explained, with this hyena in your particular spread is telling me about your energy right now. So it's tying in really, really well, really well. Healing your emotional wounds, expressing your desires, a creative expression, and sexuality without fear or shame. Okay, so this has come out, I think, in about like 4 zodiac signs this month already. So there's a lot of judgment that's being thrown around right now. I have noticed that running theme throughout the month where everybody is way too focused on pulling each other down instead of building each other up. And it's really, really sad. Really sad. And it seems to be the theme is all about sexuality and people's private lives. You know, information about people's private lives is just being thrown around like it's ammunition, and that's completely fucked up. Like, absolutely, it really, really gets me angry, because literally it's no one else's business what you do in your private life, as long as you're not hurting anyone else, you know, as long as you're not trying to get others to do things against their will. You know, you enjoy whatever it is that you enjoy, Pisces, and people will have an opinion of that. People are entitled to their own opinion, but they're not necessarily entitled to go around spreading rumours, you know, because that takes it a step too far, and then it becomes an attack. And that's why you got the Scorpion. That's exactly why you got the Scorpion. Time to come clean about your feelings in order to heal. Passionate, competitive, tends to lean towards isolation. Determined, your career is very important. Wild, free and fierce. Yeah. You're ready to strike, I'm feeling, with this. Okay. You could be finding out about some vicious rumours that someone has invented about you. It's always possible. And you might find yourself in a situation where you have to put someone else in their place, you know, with this stinger. You could be burying yourself in your career as well. You know, there's this overall vibe of basically you trying to ignore when someone else is trying to get a reaction out of you, and it does feel like a negative reaction out of you. I'll tell you what this actually reminds me of, Pisces. It reminds me of situations where someone else is trying to make another individual jealous, and it's like it's not that you get jealous, it's the fact that you would become really and rightfully upset at someone else trying their damnedest to pull up such a negative, horrible reaction out of you. It's you being upset at someone trying to make you upset. Like that's really, really hurtful behaviour. It's absolutely ridiculous that there are grown adults out there who make it their life ambition to make others jealous of them. It's like, what is the point? What is the point? And then try to make out like the upset person is actually jealous, when no, that couldn't be further from the truth. The upset ones are not jealous, you'll find. They're getting angry and upset that someone else is trying to dictate how they feel about themselves. Like that is awful. Not a very pleasant energy or situation, but we're going to pull your tarot and we'll see if we can get further clarity on this, okay? And hopefully we can see the resolution to it as well. Have a 9-card spread, please, for Pisces. Okay, so Pisces, this month I need to peel the cards slightly differently from how I usually do it, because this cardstock is it's like a linen type cardstock, so it's not a very jumpy deck. Okay, so you've just seen me cut the deck on camera, and now I'm going to shuffle through until the deck feels good, and then I'll start actually peeling your cards. Okay, of course we will take that one. Absolutely. But if I was to wait for jumpers for the entire spread, like literally you'd be waiting 6 hours. It's just not a very responsive deck. Okay, that feels good. Right. So, any of the zodiacs that I mentioned, please do keep an open mind, because they could be placements in your chart, someone else's chart, or they could be character traits of somebody as well. Okay. Right, so you've got the Knight of Coins, that's Virgo energy, the Two of Swords, Libra, the Lovers, Gemini, High Priestess, Moon, so Pisces, Cancer, the World, well, like literally you've got everybody out here already, the World, Fixed, so Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, it's ruled by Saturn, so it could also be Capricorn. You then have the Six of Wands, that's the Six of Swords, and that's Aquarius. The Ace of Swords, more air. The Knight of Wands, Sagittarius, and then the Five of Swords, interesting, that's Aquarius. At the bottom of the deck you have the Ace of Coins with the Nine of Cups. Okay, right. So yeah, literally we've named everybody here, Pisces, but the dominant signs is of course Pisces, Cancer, Aquarius, Gemini, Virgo. Okay, that's the dominant ones. There's a bit of future proofing, future planning that's going on. And the Tower, yeah. And the Eight of Wands. Tower and the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is coming away from the Tower. And I do feel that destructive force with the Tower. So some of you are running from a destructive force. I'm feeling with all of the swords, a destructive conversation, a destructive person. Again, gossip. That would indicate heavy gossip. Somebody talking about you and your life. Getting the information completely incorrect, causing you problems, basically. Someone's causing you problems through gossip. That is literally what I'm seeing in this read. So we've got your energy as the Ace of Coins and the Nine of Cups. You're like, why am I putting up with this? Why am I still associating myself with that individual? They've got nothing nice to say about anybody. Now they've turned on me. Now they're talking about me and causing me problems in my work life and private life for some of you. Like, them being a gossip is having massive consequences for those that they're gossiping about. Massive consequences. And strangely enough, Aquarius had a very similar read to this. And we're seeing heavy Aquarius energy in your read now. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, or you could have heavy Aquarius placements in your own chart someplace as well. You could do. But it's like you're literally here going, I don't have to put up with this. Why am I putting up with this? But then too, you're thinking about what makes you happy and your current environment is not what's making you happy. In fact, some of you, similar to Scorpio last month, are feeling like just sort of running away from everything and starting again. For some of you. Why not? Why not? I mean, what's stopping you? The world being central to this read is indicating that you can put down new roots anywhere you go. I'm going to have to start clarifying this. Knight of Coins, Two of Swords, and the Lovers. So there is a resolution to an argument. Okay, if you think again about the Swords energy, it can be thoughts, communication, someone trying to use their intellect, someone analysing closely a situation, you know, anything to do with the mind. It can be like someone trying to calculate how potentially a situation could go. Now in this particular deck we're seeing two swords crossed with what looks like a white flag or a white ribbon in between them, so that there's a compromise. It's almost like agreeing to disagree, understanding where you're not going to be able to reach a full negotiation with someone else, with that being like a crescent moon. And then making the decision to move forward. So there's something, Pisces, something that you're dealing with that has reached its plateau, and you're not going to be able to carry it forward any further from the point that it's currently at. So it's kind of like both of you's waving the white flag to each other and going like, let's just agree to disagree and we'll go our separate ways. For some of you. Now this, with the Lovers being right next to it, this could be about a intimate relationship. For others of you, this could be more about like a business partnership or something like that. These disagreements have been going on for a while with that Knight of Coins. It's like this plateau stage. Something feels like it's been stuck for a while. And tell us more about the Knight of Coins for Pisces, please. Thank you. Yeah, Three of Swords. Disappointment, grief, something very hurtful. I do feel that vibe of disappointment. I really, really do. It's quite overwhelming. It also feels as well, Pisces, that somebody has tried to use something that you feel insecure about as ammunition against you as well. Remembering the hyena was your first card out. It does feel like something you've told someone else that you're a bit uncomfortable with or insecure about, or like something along those lines. It's almost as if they were privy to something that was possibly embarrassing. You know, you trusted somebody with something that was not to be talked about, and they've gone off and told others about it, which again is made you feel like, wow, that was really uncalled for, very unnecessary, a lot like a bully would do. I do get the suspicion, Pisces, that some of you have been bullied. You know, you've had personal information used against you somehow. You have. Somehow. I'm just not seeing like what this is about, like the specifics of it. It does pertain to somebody with the Lovers that you thought was on the same page as you, somebody that you thought you could trust as well. They look, the Lovers, the Six of Swords and the Five of Swords. They took your love and your trust, and they've destroyed it. Five of Swords. They've left you feeling in this state of confusion, isolation as well for some of you, and just feeling betrayed and defeated with the Five of Swords. Right? It feels unnecessary as well. It was their version of trying to get one up on you, but what it's actually done is it's caused so many problems within the connection or relationship that I don't think you're going to be able to rectify the situation with this individual. I think it's done. Like, the damage has now been done. There is no take backsies, basically. And I can see clearly as well, Pisces, with the Ace of Coins and the Nine of Cups, you're like, okay, fine, fuck it. I'm just going to go someplace else then. Like, literally, Ace of Coins, Nine of Cups. Because you know full well that this is the sort of thing that usually takes place in a primary school playground. You know, this sort of thing is not supposed to happen in a community of adults, and yet here we are. Here we are. High Priestess in the World with the Six of Swords. High Priestess in the World. Why is a High Priestess here, please? Pisces. Why the High Priestess for Pisces? Thank you. The Emperor. You taking charge, being led by your intuition. And you do have an incredibly strong intuition, Pisces. Incredibly strong. You're the most intuitive of all of the water signs. You are. I'm also getting with this High Priestess that you've got a lot of hidden power. And guess what? With the Emperor energy, please don't focus on gender, okay? It's just the polarization of the energy. With the Emperor energy, you're going to start utilizing this hidden power. Why the World? Oh, okay. Two of Cups. So obviously I can't take all that because that is a huge bunch. But the Two of Cups definitely wants to be seen. So it's something to do with a partnership pertaining to the World. Can you tell us more about the World, please, for Pisces? Thank you. I think that's reversed. Yeah, the Seven of Swords reversed. Again, Aquarius had this one. So someone's lies are coming to light. Now, Pisces, listen, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, their storyline was really interesting because they've got like someone within their social circle that's currently trying to sabotage everything that they do. So have you recently had a massive falling out with an Aquarius? Because I suspect that some of you have. And that massive falling out was orchestrated by a third individual. But either way, all of the lies that were told are coming to light. Every single one of them are coming to light. Someone's being exposed for being the troublemaker. Someone is systematically going around certain groups of friends or certain family units and basically trying to split them all up, divide and conquer. That's the consistent theme that I have seen in yours and Aquarius's reads. divide and conquer. Someone's trying to split families, lovers, friendships, the lot. Through lies, deceit and deception. Gossip, maliciousness is very, very vindictive. Incredibly vindictive. And up until this point, they have been successful as well. But they're being exposed. Six of Swords. Everything that everyone was unclear about is coming to light. These lies are no longer going to have an effect. The lies are no longer working. Ace of Swords, Knight of Wands, and then the Five of Swords. So this particular combination, the truth's moving fast. Let's put it that way with that particular combination. And they often do say that, like, a lie could travel the world twice over before the truth has even had a chance to put his pants on yet. What we're seeing in this particular read is that the truth is catching up to somebody super, super quick. Super quick. And it's also inevitable plus inescapable as well. The truth is going to win. It's also going to hurt. It's going to hurt the one that has been trying to split families up, friends up, the lot. It's going to hurt them. Tell me more about the Knight of Wands, please, for Pisces. Yeah, Seven of Wands. I'm feeling that whoever the troublemaker is, they've got a lot of explaining to do, and they've got a lot of angry people coming after them now. A lot of angry people. Because whoever that pertains to, it's not their first rodeo. It's not. That the problem was that they were getting away with it for such a long time that now it feels so much like they have messed with the wrong ones. And everything that they have ever done, both to you and the ones that came before you, is going to bite them in the ass. And my God, is it going to sting. That is really going to hurt. Yeah, the Hierophant. That'll teach them. That'll teach them right enough. Yeah, Five of Wands. See, again, really, really similar. Now, the thing is, Pisces, between every single read, I sage everything. And I shuffle through all of these decks. Because you have to do the pre-shuffles so that we're putting the intent into the cards for who it is that we're doing the read for. And I'm telling you, this read is coming out basically the same as Aquarius. It honestly is. That's weird. Okay, right, let's pull a healing message and we'll see if we can get more info. Have a healing message, please, for Pisces. It's indicating that basically everybody who is pulled apart by the troublemaker, they're all going to find their way back to each other again eventually, but it will take time. It will take time. That the first stage is everybody learns the truth. The bee. Okay, let's take a look. All right, number 24. Let's see. Community, celebration and organisation. I'm just noticing something quite funny with this particular card, Pisces, and I'm pretty certain that those of you who are being put through this situation would have a laugh at this one. These cards, with it being the Druids deck, it gives you the Gallic the Gallic words, the Gallic translations, right? And if you check out the one for the B, biatch, that to me looks like biatch. Somebody has been a total biatch. And they're going to get their just desserts. Like, straight up. Okay, right. The bee invites us to celebrate. You may have had a special reason for celebration, or you may simply need to celebrate the wonder and mystery of being alive. In the Druid tradition, there are occasions to celebrate every 6 weeks or so. As humans, we need times when we can come together to enjoy each other's company. The bee tells us that we can live together in harmony, however impossible this sometimes seems. By being at one with the natural world, by paying homage to the sun, by centering our lives around spirit or the goddess, we can work together in community. Yeah, so again, I think I did mention that everybody who has been broken up and split apart by whoever the troublemaker is, you are all going to find each other again, and you're all going to have reasons to celebrate with each other once again. That there's a lot of friendships being either completely resolved or fixed. Okay, either way, this is kind of like almost a certainty that things are going to have a very positive resolution for those who are resonating with this particular energy. Okay, that there is a positive resolution coming. It is going to require patience, so because it's definitely not going to be a quick fix. Your first card out is the Knight of Coins. That's slow and steady wins the race. It's patience, it's stability being built up slowly but surely over time. Okay. And that being said though, it's an absolutely beautiful read. It really, really is. Because for a lot of you, this incident is forcing, in a lot of ways, the power back into your hands. The power for you to decide what goes on in your life and what you will and will not tolerate, basically. Else for Pisces, please. Power, yeah. Don't you just love that when it's almost like if you were to personify tarot, it's like you could imagine it's sitting there sort of smiling and nodding its head at you in agreement, you know. Literally, I just explained what that power means, so I don't need to repeat it. I really, really don't. Self-acceptance. There you go. See, again, same thing. The exact same thing. It forces the power back into your hands. Emerging and miracles. Boom. You've done it, Pisces. And signs, yeah. That's your intuition. It can also be like your spirit guides as well. Some of you really do have an incredibly strong connection to the spirit world, and you're paying attention to the signs that you're receiving. Friendship under there, yeah. For most of you, not all of you, for most of you, this has taken place within your social circle. Somebody within your social circle is basically trying to assert control over the entire group, and they're asserting control through that divide and conquer thing, okay? Which has, unfortunately, it has been working, but now it's reached that pivotal stage where their tactics are no longer working. They're really, really not. And you, utilising your power that we saw in your tarot, it's almost like you're like a wee flower coming into bloom. You know, you're revealing your true power and your true abilities. and miracles. It's absolutely beautiful. What else for Pisces, please? Thank you. The fuck up ferret. If we never fucked up and never ever made a bad decision, then we would never grow. Did you fuck up big time? Or maybe someone fucked your shit up? Fuck-ups, my friend, are an essential part of life. They hurt like crazy, but they push you to your limits to find your strengths and quite literally change your life. A bit like a zombie apocalypse, yeah. This situation is really bringing everything, all of your power that you've been keeping hidden deep down inside. It's really pulling all of that up to the forefront. Also as well, I'm getting that somebody feels responsible for this entire episode because they were the ones that introduced the I want to say psychotic individual into the group of friends as well, so they do feel very responsible for the damage that person has caused, because if they were never introduced into that group, then they wouldn't have had any ability to do this. Yeah, so what? I mean, someone made a mistake. We all make mistakes. This is how we learn. We're supposed to make mistakes. So obviously, don't focus on the negative, but focus on what has been or could be gained from the situation. Okay, that's what that card's telling you. Else, please, for Pisces. Thank you. Letting go. Yeah. I don't dwell on bad things that happened. I let go because I have enough heavy things to carry around, and also grudges aren't a great look. Yeah. Yeah, so whoever's caused all these problems, they're bitter, they're envious, they're spiteful, they're vindictive. I mean, every negative word you could chuck at it still doesn't feel like it's enough to describe the characteristics of that individual, okay? That the worst thing that you could do is become the thing that you hate, all right? And again, another nod at these two, where a lot of you are sitting there going, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to go someplace else because this is BS. This is total BS. I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't deserve it. I didn't ask for it. See ya. You know? Wow. And the thing is as well, see, once you do that, Pisces, you do take the power away from whoever the malicious individual is. You really, really do. Okay, so I need to leave that one there. That is what I have for you, Pisces. If you would like to book a private reading that is more catered towards your specific needs, then you will find the link in my pinned comment and in my description box below. I do need to tell you, I've got 2 websites now, okay? The reason is, when I originally opened up the private bookings, I just attached it to my silversmith website. Now I've realised that this is the right time to have the bookings on its own dedicated website. So I'm currently making the transition from my old original website onto the new one. In the meanwhile, if you place a booking on either of the websites, I will still receive your booking. And then, of course, in a couple of months' time, I can just redirect everybody to the brand new website instead. So yeah, that's just in case anybody's confused as to why I have 2 websites. That's the reason why. Yeah, thank you so much to everybody who has liked, shared, subscribed and supported my channel. It really does help me to get the messages out to those who are needing to hear it. Don't forget to join me again on the 18th of March at 5 p.m. GMT for your love read. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall speak again soon. Bye.